Alright, Shalom Akim. All praise, glory, and honor be to the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Kodash. Yahweh is a true name for the Almighty, the Creator of all things, and Yahushai is a true name for His Son, our Lord and Savior, who is going to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel from the coming destruction that is coming upon all the world. Alright, double honors to our apostles of James Grimmel Stone. And salutations to you, Akim, pushing this word with our sincerity and in our truth. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians are the real Israelites. Alright, we are the chosen people of the Heavenly Father. Now, this lesson was sparked from me, reading a bit in Isaiah 19, the 19th chapter and the 19th verse, speaking about the altar that is in the midst of Egypt. And just let me read it. Just to get the lesson going and to get into it. This is Isaiah 19, verse 19, right? In that day there shall be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt. Now, an altar represents slaughter. Let's look up the definition for altar, and then we'll come back. Right. So we have altar here. You see, biblical uses, they just have altar. But when you go down into the Strong's, further into the Strong's, it says place of slaughter. See? And that's what America is. Because when you go back, so there shall be an altar where? In the midst of Egypt. Which is not talking about ancient Egypt, it's talking about let me go back to this. It's talking about current America, the current America system, the current America, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Let me get that in Revelation quickly. Alright, in Revelation 11 and 8, it says, "And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified." So there are two omen that was placed upon America. Sodom, which means burning, right? And America, there's nowhere else you could even identify as the place where sodomy and the right to do anything exists. But in America, nowhere else but more than America. America is that place which is spiritually Sodom, because they give you a license to commit sodomy. They give you the freedom to commit sodomy. That's why a lot of sodomites from even places like Jamaica and different parts of the world is fleeing to America to seek asylum. And so which is spiritually called what? Sodom and Egypt. Egypt, as it relates to the bondage, the entrenchment, the siege, or the difficult part that we as a people of the Most High went through, which was primarily in the America, in the land of America, that main place where the bulk of the slaves came. You see? Right. So just to get back now, it says, "In that day there shall be an altar in the midst of Egypt." And as we mentioned, an altar means a place of sacrifice, a place of slaughter. Alright, in the midst of the land of Egypt. Right? And a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord. So the Heavenly Father will create or make a sacrifice of a great slaughter in the land of America. The scripture tell you how the land are going to be soaked, with blood. So Edom couldn't be a people to be saved. Edom is not a. Let me just get that. Where is it? Right. Isaiah 34 and 5. "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Alright, behold, it shall come down upon who? Idumea." Alright, so the sword of the Heavenly Father is talking about primarily using the ICBM, the intercontinental ballistic missiles, which are gonna be used to burn America to ashes. Flattened. Saying Babylon gonna be flattened. Saying, and that's part of the great slaughter and the sacrifice. See, upon the people of my curse to judgment, and Idumea is the people of the Most High curse. So I see one Edomite even read Isaiah 19, saying that the Heavenly Father called the Egyptian his people, lacking the understanding of even the whole chapter, and that still doesn't say Edom can be saved. See? So even if that's not the case, but he's trying to make a case say God call other people by his name, but it still don't show anywhere in the scriptures where Edom can be saved. Not that any other nations can be saved, because that Egypt that it was talking about, it's not talking about the actual people of Egypt or Matazariam. It's talking about the Israelites, saying that were actually take on the identity or nationality and were looked at as Egyptians. Just like how we today, as a lot of people look at themselves and call themselves American, that they are American. It wasn't no different. It's not talking about anything different. It's talking about Israelites, alright, that are called by that name. Zin are acting in the way and take on the customs of Egypt. So down further into verse 6, the point: the sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So you read that, you think are literally rams and are just lambs and rams that slaughter gonna be of. There shall be a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. That's why I'm set up for that. Idumea is the people I'm cursed. Another name for Bozrah. Let me look up Bozrah, man. Strong's. Bozrah, sheepfold or fortress, a town in Edom. But it's really talking about the town in Edom, because the Idumean is talking about the chief ones. Edom, Bozrah are the chief ones of Esau and Teman and these people. See? Let's look up Idumea is a Greek way of saying Edom anyway. So Edom, red. Edomite, Idumean descendants of Esau, which are Usoka white people today. See? So and in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, Edom is the definition for a people seen as for great future judgment in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. There gonna be a lot of slaughter of those people, mainly. See? We read it again. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Alright? And this is mainly talking about in America, man. And when you read down further in the chapter, I tell you about how that the smoke, when it get burned, how that smoke will go up forever. Just further to prove and show you that it's not talking about ancient Egypt nor ancient Babylon. Alright? So I'm gonna jump to my next precept. Alright, now let's speak more about the the sacrifice. That these sacrifice that the Heavenly Father is speaking about are actual Edomites and the people, the wicked. And not only of Edom, we're mainly targeting Edom in this lesson, but also the flesh of many other wicked nations and wicked people. But mainly we're talking about Edom right here, man. Now let's go to we start at verse 16. Alright? Revelation 19 verse 16. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. You see? Because he conquered all men. Alright? And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power. Right? That great supper we're talking about is a great slaughter, and then you go have the supper. See? Because even before the ICBM, talking about even before the ICBM missiles them get launched off to burn America, you're gonna have a great bloodshed in the land of America. That's what it's talking about, man. See, that great slaughter, that blood, see, a whole heap of blood we are gonna spill before. That's why in Isaiah 19 verse 1, him say what? Him a go Isaiah 19 verse 1, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, which are the chariots, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst thereof. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have Esau fighting against Esau. See? Just like how you have the militias, you have the patriots against military men upholding the Constitution, are military men of Edom versus militias and military men of Edom, and in different ways, man. Just like how you have the Bundy Ranch, and you have the military Egyptians against the Egyptians, see? And then you have Edomites versus Edomites from a Russia, like a Russia versus America, Russia versus France, Russia versus America mainly. See? And that's what the Egyptians said. That's what the Moses said, setting the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they will be what? And they shall fight everyone against his brother, all right, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. See? So that gonna cause a lot of bloodshed to happen in the land, or to take place in the land of Edom and the land of America. All right, and he said, what when him call, come together yourselves together unto the supper of the great power, that verse 18 is that he may eat the flesh of who? Kings, man, the flesh of captains, see, your military leaders, your sergeant, your whatever rank you have in the military or in the police force or in this world, and the flesh of captains and the flesh of mighty men, your soldiers, man, your police, whatever title or rank them go under, and the flesh of the horses, see, and of them that sit upon them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both great and small. You know what I mean? So that's what's gonna happen. Even the Father gonna have even the beast of the field and the fowls of the air, you know what I mean, to come down like a crow and whatever other creature the Most High gonna have to eat the flesh of a lot of these people. There will be nobody to bury the bodies of these men. That's why America is this big altar, all right, that gonna have a mass sacrifice, man. All right, so let's go to Isaiah 63 verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness might deceive. Wherefore thou art red in thine apparel, and of thine garment like him, and thy garments like him that treadeth the wine fat. I have trodden the wine press alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I shall stain all my raiment. See? For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of and the year of redeem is come. So, year of my redeem is come. So the point is that, where is he coming from? He's coming from Edom. And with that garments from where? From Bozrah, because the sacrifice is in Edom, man. The sacrifice is in Bozrah. And the chief and center place of that great city where Edom dwell is America. And that's why a majority of the death and the slaughter are going to be taking place in America. Alright, so Edom, there's no chance, man. There's no chance. Alright, it doesn't matter which way you slice it. Then there is no chance. Alright, the Most has already set it up, you know what I mean, for this big and great and mass slaughter of you Edomites and those that join hand in hand with you, to come. So with that, man, hope this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect. Shout out Makim.